I've told them today we will be talking about boredom
Okay.
and how it will be affecting
How it
the youth.
affects the youth?
Yeah,
Did you take them somehow through, like,
I was just beginning from
yes,
the top.
then I came.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you so much, our dear listeners. This is Youth Zone, and we are live on Facebook, like he has already told you, and live too on YouTube. Just type in Youth Zone with Sister Aurelia, and let's discuss about boredom. Boredom is a common and complex emotional state characterized by so many things, including lack of interest or engagement. Like, you don't want anything to bother you, you're not interested in anything, and you just feel uninspired. Nothing inspires you, nothing challenges you, you don't care about what happens around you. And then you have that, if you are bored or you are in the state of boredom, you have that perception of time is not going, everything is too slow, like the day is longer than it is expected to go. And then you tend to disconnect from the activities and surroundings around you. And then, like, you have nothing, you feel that there is nothing good, you feel that there is nothing going, like you are on your own. That means you are bored. In case you are not aware and you feel you have such signs, it is a clear sign that you are bored. And then we have different causes of boredom. Actually, it's not something that you are born with or something that is in your genes, but it is something that develops with time. And some of the causes are repetitive tasks or routines, doing something over and over again. Like, let's say you are a nurse. Every day you wake up, you go to the hospital, look at the patients, that's all you do. It can cause boredom, and sometimes you feel like not going to work because, like, that routine of doing anything every time, every now and then. As we shall look down on the some of the strategies to overcome boredom, I'll be giving you the tips on how you can overcome them, and how it affects you if you don't work on it. And then there is a lack of autonomy and control, especially among the young people in the families, when the parents are the ones doing literally everything. Anything you are going to do, they are the ones telling you you must do what they have said. Like, you have your nose, you have no say. They will tell you clean your room, they will tell you even go and eat. There is nothing you can do for you can think for yourself. It can also cause boredom. Like, you feel anything goes, anything they tell me I'll have to do. And then limited social interaction and isolation can also cause boredom. If you don't have that touch, that time to socialize with your friends, that time to socialize with other people around you, it is dangerous for you. And then unclear goals and purpose. If you don't know what you want, you don't have any goal, you're just going to school to pass time, just going to for a workshop, or just going for something for the sake of going. I'm going to school, yes. What else? What am I going to do, or why am I even going there? You don't know, and you don't have that goal. It will be really challenging, and it can lead to boredom. You need to have a purpose for anything you are doing. If you are in the village, you are going to the farm. What are you going to do in the farm? What is your reason for going to the farm? Is it a routine that every day I am going to the farm, or I'm going to the farm, I want to plant this, and by the end of this season, I am planning to achieve this? Have that purpose and, clear goals, and know what you want. That will help you to overcome boredom. And then overexposure to technology or media. This one, I'm going to talk about it in details and passionately, especially to the parents of these young people. My dear youth, whenever you have a phone, it is not bad to have a phone. It is very good. In fact, me, I even have two. But how do you use that phone? If 24 hours you are on media, 24 hours you are watching TikTok videos, 24 hours you are on YouTube, it will be too boring for you. At this time, you might look at it like it is not boring, but by the time you wake up from your slumber, you wake up from that routine of full time watching this video, watching that, it will be very late and it is dangerous. And this time, if we look at our families, there are some parents that have made it in a way that every child has his or her own phone. Even the maid has a phone. There is no time for each other. You are all in the sitting room, or you are at table eating. Everybody's putting, like, literally, if not for the consciousness of you knowing where the mouth is, you can easily even put food in the nose, because you are looking at the phone. You are not even looking at the food. You will, if there is maybe like an insect that fell in your food, you won't even see it. You are looking at your phone. It is not right. Or you are seated in the sitting room, instead of you chatting with your children, like, how was your day, how was school, and let them have that sense of opening up to you to tell you what has been happening for them. The only thing you are doing, you are pressing your phone, and you don't even care what happens. There is a short story that I read recently, that a child, one of the parents was a teacher, and she asked her children, that is her pupils in class, to write a story about something you would like to be in future. And this child wrote that she wants to be a phone. She wants to be a smartphone. And they were kind of curious, because the question was, you write what you want to be and explain why. And she gave right down in the details. She explained why she wants to be a smartphone when she grows up. She said, a smartphone gets a lot of time. At home, my mother loves her phone so much that she doesn't want her phone to be scratched, and if it falls down, that is the end of her. My father is always on his phone, and if I don't become a phone, I would like to be a television, because if he's not on his phone, he's watching the television. He gives it the attention. And when the woman came home and she was marking the papers, she saw this story and she was crying. So the husband was a bit curious and asked what is going on. And the wife told him, this child said she wants to be a phone, and if not, she would like to be a television. And when they went into details, they realized it was their own child asking that. It awakened them to really sit down and start giving them attention. That story says a lot about our modern parents and what is happening in our families. It is a little bit weird that even some children don't have time for their parents. They prefer being on phone, and so they are not even able to express themselves or to talk to their parents whatever is going on through them. If you are in the house, you are not in good terms, even with your wife, even with your sister or with your brother, but you are always on phone smiling. You are with your people around you, but you, instead of giving them time, you are always smiling with the outsiders instead of the people that are there. And if a person asks you, like, what are you laughing about, you turn with one face that will scare the person away. You don't even want to see your neighbor, but you are laughing with the outsider. It's somehow funny and challenging, but this is our reality now. Yeah. And we have another cause of boredom as mental health condition. For example, depression and anxiety. I know we have talked about these. We have talked about these topics before, depression and anxiety, and what they are what some of the causes. So boredom can be caused by depression. If a person is depressed, they want to be alone, they are always in their rooms, they don't want to talk to anybody. And in the process of not wanting to talk to anybody, they are too bored, and some of them even end up taking their lives because they feel like there is nothing to live for, nothing in this world. What have I not seen? Instead, I'm suffering. They don't see any good in what is going on in their lives, which is very, very dangerous. So parents, I call on you that no matter the little time you have, give it to your children. The little time you have at home, some parents, they come from work, the highest thing they can say is, how are you? I'm fine. Not even how was school, how was your day. You need to find time to sit with your children. That will help you to know what is going on within them, and it will help you to really support them in whatever they are going through. We have personality traits. There are some people that are attention seekers. Everything should revolve around me. Like, don't think about anything, be thinking about me. And these people, actually, they are a little bit, they are funny, but in that they are funny state, it is not healthy, because the day they will not get that attention, it will be weird. This happens, and you can easily see it. Maybe if a child at home doesn't want to leave the mother, they want, if anything happens, she's crying, she doesn't want them to leave. If she does anything, she wants everybody to be praising, singing praises. And the day you sing praises of the other child, not her now, she becomes frustrated. I have met some in class that they won't even allow the lecturer to talk, or allow the teacher to talk. Once the teacher brings a point, she wants to explain it, and she will explain it and explain it to the extent that even the lecturer doesn't have time to teach. So does wastes a lot of time listening to that person. If the day he or she will meet the person that will not tolerate that behavior, it will be so frustrating and boring for the person, and it can easily even lead to school dropout. Especially if they find the person that the energies are not matching, they get bored and they will easily leave school. It is something that needs to be handled, and and there are so many effects, so many things that this boredom can lead to. Uh, just like any other thing has what leads to it, what what stimulates it, and then there is also what can somebody do to overcome that, and then what does it how does it affect that person. So boredom also has so many bad effects. um Eventually, I think it has like only one or two good effects. Most of them are negatives, not positives. And that's what I want us to look at right now before we close to go for our divine mercy. I know time is also running. One of them is decreased motivation and productivity. When the person is bored, they tend not even to think of doing anything. They will not be productive. They cannot think productively to say, let me do something here. And it is not good, because even at work, at your workplace, if you are not productive, even your bosses won't see any good in you. As a young person, you are not thinking straight, you are not thinking productively or creatively. You will be like a kind of a, let me not use a harsh language, but you want to be useful to the company that you are working with, or to your boss. And then you'll be stressed, and most of the times anxious about different things. You don't even know where the stress is coming from. You are just there. um, I have I've kind of had an experience. Somebody's tells you, I'm not myself, I'm feeling somehow. And when you tell the person, could you be stressed, the person is not even able to pick to say what is stressing me. But maybe I'm stressed, but stress over what? You don't know. That is one of the effects of boredom. You need to look for something doing and keep yourself live and active. Impulsive behaviors. Some people even go into drugs if the boredom is too much. They have to look for something that will keep them high, to keep them, moving, and they go into drugs. Some of them start taking alcohol, and especially if they get friends or if they get the peers that are into that, and they kind of encourage them, come, let's do this, it will help you. It will really be dangerous for that person, because they'll be drinking in the name of socializing with others, not knowing that they are killing themselves. Decreased creativity and problem solving skills. If you cannot solve the fact that you are bored, how will you even solve other problems? It will be difficult for you. So you need to be conscious of yourself, live in the now, be in live in the present, like, know what is happening around me, what am I doing right now. If you are bored, you will know if you are living in the present, if you are living in the now. And if you are not bored, it will also you will also know that you are doing something. So you need to be alert of what is revolving around you, and know what to do to help yourself. And then it has also some negative impact on relationships and social connections. Like I said earlier, if you are bored, most people who are bored, they tend to feel like nothing good is happening. There is nothing to live for. You are just there. So even your friends, even when they call you for maybe let's go for outing, you find that you prefer being in your bed. I want to clarify this. Boredom is different from being an introvert. If you are bored and you are an introvert, they know how to handle their things. But you have been active doing several things, then all of a sudden you don't want to socialize with the people, you just want to be in your room. There is a party somewhere, you don't want to attend. It is deadly and dangerous. Check yourself and question yourself. Have some self-examination and ask yourself, why am I behaving this way? Why is it that all of a sudden I don't want to socialize with my friends? Why is it that all of a sudden I don't want anything to do with being with my friends? And then that will be the beginning for you to come out of whatever is disturbing you. And then it can also affect your mental health. It can lead to depression. It can lead to different things, different mental health issues that will disturb you, that will not be useful for your health. If you see depressed people, sometimes we tend to judge them because we don't know what is going on within them. But if you really sit down and talk to them and listen to what is going on, if they are open to you, you will realize that there are so many things, the things we think that are minor, but they escalate, and they lead to some behaviors that are not good, and they end up spoiling somebody's life. So please don't allow boredom to take over you. I want us to look at some strategies on how we can overcome boredom. That will be in our next session. Right now, let us prepare ourselves for the Divine Mercy prayers and see you after our break. Thank you.